If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coosa Valley Wound Care Center. We're joined by Quincy Leach, who is a nurse practitioner and wound care provider, and Kay Haisten, clinical nurse manager. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us this morning. And I remember, Quincy, when this first started, back in May or so of this year, how has the progress been with the Wound Care Center?
It's been very good. We've enjoyed the patients so far, and getting to know the folks out in the community with wounds a little bit better. We believe that there's still wounds out there that need to be treated, and so we're looking forward to just providing more and more wound care services to the community here in Sylacauga.
Now, Kay, you're the clinical nurse manager. I guess all different shapes and sizes of wounds, and everybody's got a particular need.
Yes, sir, they do. And we bring them in, we evaluate them. Some may be small, some may be large. We try to make them feel like they're at home with us at the Wound Care Center. We treat everybody like their family.
Mm-hmm. Quincy, give us a little backdrop of the Wound Care Center here.
Well, we treat a wide variety of wounds, and we do it through research-based medicine. The Wound Care Center really came out of an idea that there was a wound care need in our community, and maybe some of our community members maybe had difficulty traveling out of town to get care. And some of our physicians were seeing patients with wounds and having difficulty getting those patients to where they needed to be treated. So that's kind of how the idea of wound care was born. And Coosa Valley has partnered with a company called Healogics that is a nationwide wound care organization that has over 750 different wound care centers across the nation. And we have a nine essential steps of healing process that we have implemented within the Wound Care Center as part of the Healogics partnership to assist us with providing that research-based wound care to our patients that come into the center.
Kay, as just an old guy looking in, you think about wounds, you think about hide knocked off, skin knocked off, but wound care in today's world is really an important tool to have as far as the Wound Care Center here in Sylacauga.
Yes, sir. We have diabetics that have wounds that, diabetics are slow to heal, and we're there for them. There's people who have cardiac issues with venous problems that we can do something for them. Quincy refers a lot of people out for other management so that we all work together with our physicians trying to get these wounds healed. There's so many things out there now that wasn't there years ago. So we're very proud to be a partnership with Healogics and also with Coosa Valley, who has been such a big influence and help to us trying to make sure that we're out there doing what we need to do for the community.
Quincy, you and Kay both have mentioned the term Healogics a little bit. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, Healogics is a company that has been in wound care for a long time, and they provide for us resources. They help us extract data. We have a program director, her name's Karen Treadwell, and we also have a marketing consultant, Alexandra Klimkowski, and we also have a medical director, Dr. Regina Phillips. She's primarily based out of the Alexander City Wound Care Center, but she has partnered with us as well and provides care in our clinic as well here in Sylacauga. And these guys have wound care expertise, and from a business and operational perspective, and as well as a patient care perspective, and marketing as well, to help us outreach to the community and to the providers to make sure everyone understands what kind of services that we are able to provide, because this is advanced wound care that goes beyond just the standard things that we do to treat wounds, because these wounds, they don't always heal like they're supposed to, and we provide care to these wounds that become what we call a chronic wound. We treat all kinds of wounds, anything from burns to arterial wounds to venous ulcerations to traumatic wounds, diabetic wounds, but any kind of wound you can think of, and pretty much anything that's an open wound, we're more than willing to take a look at, because these evidence-based treatments that we provide have shown promise in healing these chronic wounds that have trouble for whatever reason going through the processes of healing.
Is this physician referenced? Is that how it works, or?
No, they can self-refer themselves. So even if you're out there in the community and you have a wound, you don't have to have your doctor to call us. You can call us and we'll do the legwork for you.
We talked about some of the wounds. What are some of the more common wound care services that you provide?
Well, so far we've seen a lot of patients that have arterial disease. Basically the ulcer is not getting enough oxygen supply to it. And we've started to see quite a few diabetic foot wounds. Elevated blood sugar hinders healing of a wound, and it also, one of the big issues with diabetics is they don't have good sensation. Sometimes the nerves are affected in the feet by the diabetes process, and so these patients don't know when they step on a nail or when they get a rock in their shoe, and they'll develop a little spot, and they really don't even know they have a wound a lot of times until they see drainage on their sock. And these wounds can be very difficult to heal, but at the same time, I believe that all wounds are healable with the right treatment. And here again, that's what we're here for, is to help these folks with these wounds to heal that have had trouble with that.
Is this, Kay, for younger generation, older generation, or?
Oh, no, sir. We've had some young people come in, and the age group is nothing. We've seen teenagers, and we've seen older generations. So anybody.
Quincy Leach, who's a nurse practitioner, wound care provider, and Kay Haisten, clinical nurse manager at Coosa Valley Wound Care Center here in Sylacauga. And this is a statewide broadcast this morning. And for people who do not know, Coosa Valley Medical Center always on the cutting edge of providing services. And this Coosa Valley Wound Care Winter is just center is just another example.
Yes, sir, I agree, and we want to provide the highest quality of care to the patients here in our community, and we want to provide more different care options for our patients here in the community, which what made opening up a wound center that much more important of a factor, so that we can provide more comprehensive services to the patients here in our town. And I do believe that we provide the latest and the most advanced wound care that there is out there based on what the research and the literature shows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where's the location and how can people find out more about the Wound Care Center?
We're at the Medical Arts Building. We're right across from the hospital. We're on the end, so we're right there on the end. Our phone number is 256-872-7777. They can call us anytime. We're open from 8 to 5, but we will stay over if we need to.
Mm-hmm. Quincy, when you look at wound care, and it can be a very, very serious thing if unchecked.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever we have an open wound on our body, the first thing we think about is that germs from the environment get in there and cause infection. And infection can lead to bloodstream infections, which otherwise known as sepsis, and can cause death, as well as these chronic wounds on limbs can lead to amputations. And some of the research has shown that these chronic wounds can lead to amputations, and it increases our risk of death within 5 years of the time that event occurs. So makes it all that much more important for us to treat these open wounds to keep them from getting infected and from potentially losing a limb or even suffering from death.
When the Wound Care Center in Sylacauga opened back in May, the initial purpose of the Wound Care Center, has that changed, or has it been enhanced, or what?
I think that has just really been enhanced. I think that we've already had some success treating some wounds and healing some wounds, and we've had some very happy patients, and we've developed some really good relationships with folks here in the community that have had wounds, and I think that the word is out there. We're just trying to help keep it going because, you know, folks, their quality of life can be affected by these wounds, and our goal is to really improve people's quality of life. And I think that as we go, the more confidence that our other providers have in the services that we're providing at the Wound Care Center, the more the worse wounds we'll begin to see, and the more opportunities that we have to heal some very advanced chronic wounds.
Okay, the importance of being a community partner in the Sylacauga area.
It's very important because we work together with our doctors, our hospital. We reach out to everybody to help get these wounds healed. Coosa Valley, you know, that has always been my heart because I've been a nurse for over 30 years and I've worked there, and our partnership with them, we reach out to them, they reach out to us. So it is a community-based partnership that we work together, and the goal is to help the community, to be there for the community, and help to get these people that have these wounds healed and get their lives back on track.
And Quincy Kay just talked about her longevity as a nurse, 30 years. A little bit about your background.
Well, I started at Coosa Valley Medical Center in October of 1994. I was a registered nurse there in the emergency department and the intensive care unit. And this month, matter of fact, is my 25th anniversary with the hospital. And I hope that shows a little bit about my commitment to this community and commitment to our services that we provide. And I've just enjoyed spending time with my family at Coosa Valley Medical Center, and I do feel like these folks are my family.
Okay. Finally, this morning, talking with Quincy Leach, who's a nurse practitioner and wound care provider, and Kay Haisten, clinical nurse manager, and the medical director is Regina Phillips. People this morning watching the show, or may they know someone who may have a wound care issue, what's the first step they need to take?
Just give us a call. There's nothing else to it. We'll talk to you on the telephone. We'll try to evaluate what's going on, and even if we can't figure it out on the phone, if they can come in, we'll be glad just to do a quick evaluation, let you know if there's something we can do for you. If not, we'll send you someplace else.
Finally, Quincy, the tagline, the healing begins here.
Absolutely. We believe that there's got to be a start to everything, and I believe that Coosa Valley Wound Care provides excellence in wound care and providing solutions for each individual, because every wound is unique. There's some piece of that wound healing process that has stopped, and it is our job to figure out what that is. We address all aspects of the wound, and we give that wound its best chance for healing. And our goal is to heal it and to improve that patient's quality of life, and that's what we're here for. And I do believe that we provide excellent services in that area, so we encourage folks to give us a call and let us take a look at your wounds and see what we can do for you.
Finally, before we go this morning, social media is the world today. What about as far as Coosa Valley Wound Care Center? Are there social media ops to be able to get in touch with you guys too?
Well, yes, there's through Coosa Valley Medical Center's Facebook page that we can. There's things out there that for us on their page.
Okay. All right. We thank you both for being with us this morning. And Coosa Valley Wound Care Center, excellence in wound care solutions. Quincy Leach and Kay Haisten, our guests this morning from Coosa Valley Wound Care Center. Thank you both for being here. And
thank you.
Quincy, if I knew it had been 25 years, man, I would have baked a cake.
Well, thank you, sir, but I probably don't need it.
Fantastic day, okay?
Thank you, sir.
More Daybreak coming up in just a minute.